Hi, I'm Eric Dewey from the Socially Awkward Studios, Science and Beer, and Her Majesty's Secret Podcast, and you're listening to another proud presentation of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Check out more shows at foureyedradio.com.
It's your good pal, Steve-O from the 4-Eye Radio Network. I'm here to talk to you about a wonderful designer we all know, Revenge Lover. Illustrates and designs that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, please visit revengelover.com. And just do yourself a favor and tell him Steve-O sent you. I know it really doesn't count for anything, but, I mean, come on. Who are you gonna trust? You gonna trust somebody else? No, you're gonna trust me, Steve-O. Because, face it, I'm awesome.
Okay, cocksucker. Fuck with me, and we'll see who shits on the sidewalk.
This is Geek Lazer. All right, welcome to episode 31 of the motherfucking Geek Lazer podcast, where if we don't talk about it, you shouldn't fucking care about it, because it's probably insignificant. With us today, as usual, we have Mr. Richard the Dick Tate.
That's me. I'm not going to say it this time.
Oh, you should. How's your chocolate rain, buddy?
It's melted and it's all over my back pocket.
Yeah.
Like I had a chocolate candy bar in my back pocket, but it's just chocolate rain.
Sorry, my online dating app is going off. We'll turn that off right there.
Sorry to interrupt that.
Yeah, no kidding. It was probably a hot and steamy conversation. That's the one. And if I don't respond right now, then my soulmate's gone.
Yep. See what you did.
Man, look at you. You're not. It was like less than 24 hours. You're back on the market. Look at you, man.
And that sexy voice over there is Mr. Steve O'Mooney. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, but if that voice was really sexy, my phone would be blowing up like yours right now. And what is it doing? It's blowing up for my mom. It blew up going.
How's your mom doing?
She's doing good. I got dinner with her tomorrow. That should be nice.
Good.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice mother-son date.
Yeah.
Is she cooking dinner or are you guys going to go out?
No, we're going out.
We're going to go.
Sushi.
Outback.
Outback.
Oh.
No, this is what I love. My mom always asks me, like, what do you want to do for dinner? I'm like, I don't know. So I said, like, Chinese. She's like, I already had that. I'm like, why don't you just pick where you want to go? Because every time I pick, that's why I just started doing
That's just women in
I know,
general.
yeah, I was about to say,
No.
isn't your mom a woman?
So this is when I figured it out, what you do when that comes up, that conversation. Like, what do you want to eat? Just throw out all the shit you, like, McDonald's. I don't want to eat there. Be like, all right, then you pick. At least you had an option.
What do you want? I want fucking Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Actually, that sounds really good right
That
now.
does sound really
What
good.
is the Dairy Queen burger called?
Out of the cheeseburger?
No, they've got nicknames.
Do they have nicknames?
I don't think so.
The Brazier, that's one of their...
What?
They got weird
It
nicknames. For their
sounds like
sandwiches.
we're doing like the Pulp Fiction's like, you know what they call a...
No, everybody's got their own burger names. Like the Carl's Jr. has the famous Star, Burger
Okay,
King
yeah.
has the Whopper, Dairy Queen has the... They gotta have something.
Wasn't like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos or something?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Who goes to fucking Dairy Queen for anything but ice cream?
I don't know. It's weird.
If you go there for a burger, you're fucking doing it wrong. You're just doing it wrong, man. Like, the only reason to go there is blizzards.
Yeah.
They used to have barbecued sandwiches that I really loved. Oh, here we go.
Like the McRib? Or was it like shredded
No,
beef?
it was like shredded.
Ooh.
I loved it. Okay, Dairy Queen has the Flamethrower Grill Burger.
Okay. It's a hot burger.
I guess.
Does it have the jalapenos?
And they have the original double cheeseburger.
So
I guess they don't have a name.
They're really fancy with their names
I
there.
thought they had a name.
They're like, we got the Flame Thrower Burger and the Ice Cold Burger. But don't eat the Ice Cold Burger because you'll probably die.
But they have a chicken mozzarella burger sandwich. I never knew that. That looks really good. I'm so hungry
Seriously, who the fuck cares about Dairy Queens? You just ate, man. I just
know.
watched you consume.
I know, this is what I love.
But it's Chipotle. It's already gone.
He just said that, and you know I'm
Chinese
going to be
food.
driving home going, I think there's a Dairy Queen not far from me. Are they still open?
It's like it's actually like on Rule and Elliott. There's a Dairy Queen.
Oh, there is
For
one that
those
close?
that are listening from Arizona, that's nowhere near this podcast.
Nowhere near it. That's 56 miles
Stalkers.
away. That's the closest Dairy Queen to my house.
Stalking weirdo lingerers.
right?
Do you have those? Do you
No.
have stalkers yet?
Oh, well, not that I know of. Like, if you're a good stalker, you don't make your presence
That's
known.
true, yeah.
It's like I love to be. I'm a people watcher,
Yeah.
but I prefer them to be asleep.
And I prefer to be masturbating and breathing heavily.
Yeah, I prefer to have my pants around my ankles.
Climbing the tree. Slowly, quietly.
Do you know how hard it is to masturbate while climbing a tree with, like, when you can't use any of your hands because you're, like, climbing a tree? It's very difficult.
I bet
Yeah.
you get wood.
Oh! I wish we had a drop
soundboard,
board.
yeah.
Soundboard, yeah. So we could just...
No, I was just quoting from this Adam Sandler skit on a CD or whatnot where it's called The Peeper. It's just some guy, you just hear him like, climbing the tree, slowly, quietly, looking for next branch, found it. Got it. And it's just like a guy, and you just hear his inner monologue of him just watching this woman at one point.
That sounds familiar.
It's so funny though, because then some guy's finally like, "I see you, asshole." He's like, trying the squirrel bit again, looking for a nut. Oh god, he's calling the cops.
That's awesome. Old Adam Sandler was very good.
I always, his albums, I highly recommend those. Like all of his ones that he did.
Stand-up
Like,
stuff?
yeah, well, it wasn't really stand up. He just did he did some songs and then he did a lot of skits. And a lot of people from like Saturday Night Live was on it, like David Spade. He even had one with Conan O'Brien was on it, where it was
Wow.
like him and the Dean. It was like the moron or something like that. But yeah, so this is again, I guess if you want to remember Adam Sandler when he was good, go pick up his CDs.
All right. So we are going to start a new segment on this podcast. So switch into a serious gear here for all you listeners out there. Yep, there's the gear switched. All right, so we're going to start a new segment on this podcast. And oh, by the way, I'm Zach Zent. I'm the host of this lovely train wreck. And so the new segment idea, we sat around and talked about it, what we could do for our listeners and what we could do for ourselves to kind of branch out some of the stuff, some of our interests, and see what we could do new and mix it up a little bit. So we have a segment. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. We have to have a name, but I don't know what we're going to call it yet. But basically, we're all three of us are going to watch a movie, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to announce it the week beforehand, so if the listeners would like to participate in the discussion, you can tweet at us or send us a message or something on Facebook and let us know what you thought of the movie, and we will include that in our discussion.
Dick flicks.
Yeah!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but then that's just... Okay, how about when you pick it, it's Dick Flicks?
Okay.
All right. So yeah, for this week, I can't remember the name of the movie, but Mr. Steve O'Mooney's choice is...
I believe I found on Netflix, so you can check it out. It's called Time Lapse.
Time Lapse. All right.
Little synopsis, I'm guessing I just read a little bit on the Netflix queue, so if you have Netflix, you can check it there. But it looks like kids find a machine that print out pictures that show them stuff for the future so they can kind of like use it for their own gain, and then all of a sudden shit goes wrong, because if shit didn't go wrong, it wouldn't really be a movie.
Yeah, it would just be like a boring... Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
What? Everything worked out for you when you did this completely random thing? Yay!
And
no
you're banging
conflict.
hot chicks? This is definitely a porn. Yeah.
Actually, I should make that movie, No Conflict. That's what it's called.
There's no conflict. It's just about two people sitting on a bench having a pleasant discussion.
Yeah, just something,
All right, so that is Time Lapse. It's on Netflix, easily accessible. If you don't have Netflix, you should probably stop wasting your time listening to podcasts and get a job so you can buy Netflix.
Not even that. The first month is free.
No shit. So if you don't have a TV, you have Netflix. If you're listening to this, you have Netflix. Yeah. So you're going to watch Time Lapse, send us a message on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Geek Lazer. And speaking of our Facebook page, we have a like this week.
Oh. What?
And this is a new like from an Amy Adams.
Ooh,
So she took time out of her busy schedule for filming Batman v Superman to like her page.
She did, yes. Yeah, I think it's the exact same Amy Adams that liked our page that's a movie star.
Wasn't Amy Adams actually the character or the actor that played Eazy-E in the new Straight Outta Compton movie too?
I don't know. I didn't see Straight Outta Compton.
No idea.
No? Amy Adams, Eazy-E?
Nope.
All right.
All right, so Amy Adams I don't know anything about this individual, but thank you for liking us on the Book of Faces. And go ahead and tweet at us at Geek Lazer. Go ahead and find us on Facebook. Send us a message. Tell us what you thought of Time Lapse. Watch it. Be part of the discussion.
Yeah, if you do, and that's the other thing. If you do write us or tweet us, we will give you a shout out on the show.
We will. So then the internet will know you're a real person. It will validate your existence.
Unless you're a bot.
Unless you're a bot.
It's like, Time Lapse was great. Please sign up on my webpage so you can see more pics of me.
Please
Wait,
send your
what?
credit card number.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
I'm the king of Malaysia. And I have, or what was it, the Prince of
Nigeria or
Nigeria.
I'm the Prince of Nigeria, played by Don Knotts.
Yeah, so that's a new segment. We're gonna think of a name. If you have a name and you would like to submit it, go ahead and message us on Facebook or tweet at us with your suggestions, and we will take it into very serious consideration.
Like it.
Like it all day.
Like it all day long.
Liking it.
Like it.
All right, so moving right along here, we do have a little bit of a heftier news dump this week for you guys, so we're gonna try to get to that here in just a moment. But Steve O'Mooney, what'd you do with your fucking week, man?
I beat. You let me borrow Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Beat that. Again, story doesn't take anybody so long, so that's why I think people buy it for the multiplayer. But since I did not play multiplayer, I just played the storyline.
Not even one match?
No, why? I don't see the point. Okay, if I want to get belittled by 12-year-olds, I'll just go to a schoolyard.
They won't belittle you in person.
I know, but that's just shows me going like...
That's not like Step Brothers.
Look the white turd.
Look that white dog shit. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it's pretty much like all Call of Duty storylines. Pretty much ended the same exact thing. The only reason why I kept playing it, I think, was just because of Kevin Spacey.
His mocap is good, man.
His mocap is good. There's he has a really good speech at one point, which I
Okay.
thought was just genius. Like, it's him at like this UN thing going like, thank you for making me, the head of security for, the entire world, basically, and stuff like that. He's like, there's a rumor going around that we invented this virus that's going to destroy, every ethnic, things like that. Like, he gets this certain point in the game. And he's all like, so I want to let you know, no, we are not creating a virus. We already did create the virus. So, and I was like, oh, snap. Like, that was so spacey, like, right there, like, how he delivered that. I was like, that was
sweet.
awesome.
So what'd they do with the ethnic killing virus?
It basically, I guess the game in the, what was it called? The company, I think it was Atlas, I believe.
Yeah.
I guess if you're not in their database and the virus gets released, it will kill you instantly or whatnot.
So it has nothing to do with your race?
No, but they just assume because, like, everybody who's pretty much in Atlas is American, so...
Oh, well, there's lots of races in America.
Well, there is, but, I mean, I guess Islam people, they're like, thinking...
So there's a message in this game.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
A lot of political messages.
Yeah, a lot of
social and economic messages.
Yeah.
What about boobies?
No boobies. Call of Duty does not do boobies.
God damn
Yeah,
it!
that's kind of weird.
Dude,
no boobies?
If you put
Yeah.
boobies in a Call of Duty video game, it would be the best selling Call of Duty ever.
Without a doubt.
I mean, they finally had a female character on your team.
well,
That's
a fact.
impressive.
That was the first.
Oh. Go women.
But, yeah, no, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's Call of Duty. Actually, I don't even think they should call it Call of Duty. They should call it guy who yells at you to do stuff. Because I was literally at this part where this guy's like, get the rocket launcher! Get the rocket launcher! And I'm like, dude, it's right next to you. I'm like 50 feet away from this thing.
That is kind of weird. There's
Why
always a
don't
guy
you do
yelling.
it? And then there was a great part because it's like in the game you lose your arm.
Well, that's the duty, and then they're calling it out.
Yeah, okay.
So Call of Duty. So, I mean, basically, yeah, it's Call of Duty subtitle, guys yelling at you to do various tasks that they could do themselves, but that they don't do.
Because they're
Period.
busy just watching.
Well, that's why I want
they're
to.
busy.
I want to pitch this to Activision. Go Activision, Call of Duty. You guys are selling
Free idea.
sell an idea. You sell these games like hotcakes every year and everything. I'm going to put a little twist on it. How about this? Instead of me doing all the work, how about the game comes out, I pop it in, just put on my headset, and I get to yell at everybody.
That could be a thing.
That should be the great.
Do you remember that video game where it was like the Pokemon, it was like the Pikachu, Hey You Pikachu, that's what it
Yes.
was called. Yeah, and you would yell at Pikachu to do various things.
It was like Seaman for the Dreamcast.
Is that a real game?
Yeah, it's for
Okay.
the Dreamcast. Actually, Leonard Nimoy was the narrator of it.
Seaman?
Seaman.
Leonard
Wait,
Nimoy.
Seaman.
Seaman, however you want to pronounce it.
Seamen.
Seaman.
Seamen.
Seaman. Okay.
Not seamen.
Seaman.
No, semen, if you want to call it semen. I mean, technically, the thing drops in the bowl, looks like semen. So.
Well, you have to like put the inflection on different parts because semen is different than seamen.
Okay, Leonard Nimoy narrates cum babies. Okay.
Male.
Up a tree, I've heard. Totally up a tree. Piss up a tree.
Yeah.
Piss off. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, that's one. Yeah. You know, bloody is a curse word that's up there like with fuck.
Yeah.
But cunt is like 6 steps below that.
Which is funny because cunt apparently means like, it actually is like a hat.
Put on your cunt.
No, well, cunt is also just a derogatory term for
Well,
women.
we turned it into a
men.
derogatory term, but over there they were like, it was like one of their military hats was actually called a cunt.
Get that
shit.
Get that cunt
Yeah.
off the top of your head.
Yeah, that's probably what they said. Take that cunt off. You're disrespecting everybody.
But I have a picture of my wife in my cunt.
Look, you
I don't want to take my cunt off.
Nobody sits down at dinner having a cunt on top of their head.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Get your
So
fucking
rude.
shit together. Are you serious? Are you fucking cunt? You get your cunt off your fucking cunt head.
That's yeah. That is a stereotypical British dinner conversation.
All right. It's a smelly cunt. Well, I've been playing baseball in it all day. Let me get out of this cunt real quick.
Yeah.
Walk in my house.
Oh, you
stuck
made
in a
me.
cunt.
Oh, you made me cunt all dirty.
What a smelly cunt.
Oh,
Why would you bring that
My
here?
cunt's all covered with mud. I don't need it anymore.
there's a lot of hair in that cunt.
Anybody want a new cunt?
Instead of what is it called? What is it called? Is it called Caps out here? We have stores.
Caps,
Caps
yeah.
would just be called cunt.
Cunt, yeah.
Cunts. I've got to go to the cunt store and get me a brand new cunt.
I lost me cunts.
It's like, this cunt here is all worn out. It's like, that's your wife. No, she's holding me cunt.
Me cunt is holding me cunt. All right, moving right
You're
along.
like,
Okay,
that's one too many cunts.
that is the cunt cast from Geek Lazer over here. All right, so Mr. Well, I'm sorry, Steve-O, you did something else you want to talk about,
Yeah,
right?
so quickly touch upon. I watched a documentary.
A documentary.
Yeah, I like watching documentaries, especially Netflix has a shit ton. You can always check them out. But this one was
Yep.
about. It was called Never Sleep Again. It was actually about the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and it's actually kind of interesting. I'm not gonna. I will say this: if you have 3 hours to kill, watch it.
It's a 3-hour.
It's a 3-hour because they
Whoa.
go through the entire legacy, pretty much, of Nightmare on Elm Street, how it started and everything like that. And it's weird because like New Line Cinema was the first, was basically just out, was like in a trunk of some guy's car. Like that was the company. It was just
Wow.
some guy who was just all like, oh, here, I'm distributing film. Like that's, and now it's like they do Lord of the Rings. They've done like the Austin Power movies.
So
It's
that's the Nightmare on Elm Street is where New Line Cinema got their start.
yeah, it was
Okay.
actually a low budget film that Wes Craven wrote, came up with, and they're all like, they were like, yeah, we should probably try this. And it was like a really low budget. They weren't sure if it was going to work or not. There was a couple of things, but like it came out and it was a success. Like it was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
holy crap. So then right after that, they just started throwing them all out there. So it's a really cool documentary. It's cool. You get to see like Wes Craven. They have a really good cameo in there, which I think is hilarious.
Do you want to spoil it, or is it?
If you guys want to hear, we'll say this, but I will say spoilers. So count yourself 5 minutes and then just skip past this part real quick. But Jason Mewes
Who's
is in the
that?
documentary from Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Is he the Silent Bob?
No, he's the talking one, Jay.
Oh,
But he is
I
a
don't
good.
like him as much.
He
Why?
annoys me.
Yeah, Silent Bob is like he's funnier than Jay because he doesn't talk and you just kind of like he uses his hands a lot and then his one line is no ticket. Remember that from Dogma?
Yeah, from Dogma.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Well, no. Well, Jason Mewes, I give him props because he cleaned up his fucking thing, because if you ever listen to Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, like, you get to hear his whole, like, heroin problem and everything like that.
Oh,
so.
he looks like he could have a heroin problem.
Well, not anymore. He's been sober for like 5 years, so good for him. But no, he has a great thing because there's a joke in it where there's a stoner character in Jason versus Freddy.
Okay.
And basically it looks exactly like Jay and Silent Bob characters.
Nice.
And then all of a sudden it shows him sitting down, Jason Mewes, talking about like, oh yeah, when they asked me to play this character, I was on, and he's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I wasn't this person. And he just gets up and walks out. So I was like, that was kind of funny.
That's a pretty fucking cool cameo.
So I was like, oh, that's all. I had to rewind it because I was like, wait, was that?
Like, it's a serious documentary?
Yeah, it's a serious documentary. And literally, like, towards the end, there's this part where they just talk about Jay and Silent Bob Strike back scene where they're getting high in the van. And then they go, yeah, I thought they just took the guy from that movie and put him in our movie or whatnot, because it was literally just like a direct ripoff. And then all of a sudden it was just like him sitting there, which is actually kind of funny because I guess Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, Jay and Silent Bob characters are actually in Scream 3.
Okay.
Really?
Which I didn't know. Yeah, I guess Wes Craven asked him to be in it at one part, and then Kevin Smith turned around, and when he made Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, he was all like, hey, Wes Craven, can you be in my movie? And he was doing that little bit where like they're filming the movie, and he's just sitting there like counting money. And then the girl's all like, should we be directing? He's like, I'm busy. And he's just sitting here just like counting money while he's doing the thing. So
on a scale of 0 to 5 human or possibly inhuman erections, or boners, if you will, how would you rate this film?
I will give it...
This documentary,
since I like horror films and stuff like that, which is actually going to be probably starting up a new podcast on the network soon. But I give it basically the 5 Freddy claws, but replace them with 5 raging, burnt erections.
Why burnt?
Because Freddy's burned. He was a burn victim.
Right. Do you think his penis is burnt too?
I would hope so, because his backstory is pretty violent.
Cool.
So...
Dude, I'll be honest. I've only seen like the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and that was like 15, 20 years ago, maybe. Like when I was a kid.
No, yeah. First one's good. It's almost like the original Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
Where like every so one's good. Like
every other one.
Yeah, so that's kind of like how this one is. But
Okay.
you kind of have to take it how it is, where it gets to a certain point where like they're just enjoyable.
Now,
Yeah.
I wanted to start getting into Star Trek The Next Generation, and there's this like guide online, speaking of Star Trek, where they have, it's like Max's guide, right? And it's like, it goes out of order. It's like watch episode 4 and 5 from season 3, then go to season 1 and watch 7 and 8, and like it jumps all over the place, and you get all the good bits of it in order of the good episodes. Because you know how like most of Star Trek Next Generation, apparently you don't really need to watch it in chronological order.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like there's some kind of minor underlying things that's going on with the dudes that have the wrinkly heads and stuff. What are those?
Klingons.
Klingons, yes. Thank
Make
you.
it so, number one.
Exactly. And so I guess there's a little bit of underlying story with them, but besides that, you don't really need to watch them in order. So I was thinking about starting that.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, actually, I'd be interested to see how that goes.
I'll shoot you a link.
Because I thought about rewatching it again since it's on Netflix, and the remasters are on Netflix now.
Exactly.
And I actually would kind of see, like, just to do it like that. It'd be kind of fun.
Oh, Call of Duty boners.
Oh, yes.
Rate it.
I mean, it's the same storyline you've pretty much played in every single Call of Duty. Shit goes wrong, bad guy hires you, tells you he wants to do good, then you find out, oh my god, he's the bad guy? I didn't see that. Like, when it was all like Kevin Spacey was the bad guy and everybody in the game is all like, he betrayed us. I was like, really? You didn't see that coming? No, we're paying Kevin Spacey to be the good guy. Fuck no.
He's a good villain.
He's a great villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say I didn't play online, so I'm not going to rate online.
Just the campaign.
But just the campaign, I'd
and
say...
the menu screens.
Yeah, it's 15 missions, not too long. It took me less than a week to beat. I'd say maybe 2.5 boners.
2.5 boners. So, like, let's say you bought this game $60.
I'd be pissed.
Okay. Well, that's why you don't buy Call of Duty games.
No,
you only play the campaign.
The only time I buy a Call of Duty game is when it drops in price or I can get it used. Or someone's all like, hey, you want to play this? And I'll borrow it because I know it's not going to take me that long.
You know what's really sad? I didn't play that online, and I only played like 2 hours of the campaign. And I bought it for $60.
You didn't play it online?
I didn't even play in Advanced Warfare Online, no.
I've never played the game.
I've meant to.
I didn't like the idea of it.
You can borrow it. I don't fucking play it.
All right.
All right, cool. Mr. Richard Dictate.
That is I.
Now, you're a guy.
I am.
You got a beard.
I do.
It's a pretty sexy beard.
It is.
You get that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably once a day I get somebody that compliments my beard.
I got like 7 compliments on my T-shirt today.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Link from The Legend of Zelda mashed up with Back to the Future.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Anyway, I'm sorry. So you get compliments on your beard.
Yes, frequently.
It's a great beard. I've touched it. It's soft.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Take good care of it.
I do.
Now, you and your beard. How was the week? How'd the week treat your beard?
You know, the week, I've been having some pretty boring-ass weeks. It was Labor Day weekend.
Yeah? Did you go to a barbecue?
I went camping. I didn't go to... I guess I did barbecue, yes.
Okay.
I barbecued on an open flame in the woods, the wilderness.
Wow.
And a random camper actually complimented on my beard out there.
So the beard is not just for show. Like you use it for manly things.
Yes, I'm rugged.
You're rugged as shit.
Rugged as shit.
You should see his hands. They're just fucking callous. One big callus.
It is one big
Can't
callus.
even close his hands.
It's like a blown-up surgical glove.
Every time he comes over here, he's always chopping wood in the back.
Yeah.
That's how he gets ready for the Geek Lazer.
Yeah.
I walked here through the desert,
Uphill.
uphill in the snow.
Both ways. In the snow. In 110-degree heat.
I didn't have a whole lot going on. I went camping over the Labor Day weekend, which was good.
Where'd you go camping?
Up north, we went past Pine,
Okay.
in the Payson area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Paisano?
Yeah, El
Cool.
Paisano. What else did I do? Did I watch? I watched a movie.
Ooh.
I watched The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Ah.
Guy Ritchie film.
Can you repeat the name, please?
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Okay, and what is that?
It was a spy movie all around World War II. So it was a spy action movie. I don't know how to describe this movie. It was kind of like just an action movie with spies during World War II.
Okay.
Kind of like how I just said it the first time.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
rephrased it the exact same way?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Not I mean?
You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand
You know what
the
I mean.
words that you're saying. I also understand the meaning behind those said words.
Perfect.
Continue.
Perfect. So I watched that movie. It was mildly entertaining.
So Guy Ritchie directed it.
Yep.
That's a person.
Yep. This married to Madonna.
Cool.
Oh, is he still married to Madonna?
I don't know.
I thought they got a divorce.
You don't
don't
break
know.
up with Madonna, man.
My
She's
Us
got
Weekly
fucking
subscription
money.
expired
So,
years ago, evidently.
so who's in this movie? I've never heard of it.
They're a bunch of no-names.
Okay.
Is that helpful? Am I being helpful right now?
That is-
Am I giving you what you're looking for?
That is not the answer. I was thinking like maybe it has Antonio Banderas or I don't know, just
I
someone
want to say, is Henry Cavill in that?
someone I would recognize just as a little teaser.
Well, it's a remake from a 1964 movie. I know that.
Okay.
Henry Cavill, Army Hammer.
Armie Hammer.
Oh, so we got Superman fighting Lone Ranger.
He was Superman, wasn't he?
Yep.
Lone Ranger.
Wait, who was the Lone Ranger?
Army Hammer.
How do you remember that?
Okay, look, I don't have any actual knowledge on anything that would actually help me in the world, but all this random bullshit about celebrities voice acting, all this stuff, I will know.
All right.
That's horrible.
I know that IMDb gave it a rating of 7.6 out of 10.
Oh.
Whoa. Now, if you were going to rate it in boners, human erections, they could be Nazi or Allied.
Oh, 2 red boners.
Now, is that red for the Soviets?
Yes,
Okay. 2 red boners
2 red boners
In Soviet
out
Russia.
of 5 boners.
out of 5 possible boners.
Now, is there any rising sun boners? Is there any swastika boners?
2 SS boners.
2 SS boners, 2 red boners, so
No.
4?
No, it didn't get 4.
Just-
It gets
just
2.
2.
How about 1 SS boner and 1 red boner?
Okay. Like the Red Army,
Yes.
like the Soviets.
Yes, the Red Scare.
Oh, dude, I saw something on this show. It was like, and now we go to Russia, the prequel and the sequel to the Soviet Union. Like, I thought that was
In
clever.
Soviet Russia, we have no idea what we do.
In Soviet Russia, we just drink beer and vodka.
Soviet Russia, we don't rate boner rate you.
Yeah.
And you fuck bear.
And
you
fuck bear.
You like it.
Like bear, fuck you. You don't fuck bear.
You ride bear to work. You fuck bear for job. You go home and fuck bear for wife.
There we alienated
It's
most of our.
It's a really
Russian
good. It's actually a really
listeners.
good job.
No,
You have
the
to-
Slavics know they fuck bear, so
It's
okay.
it's pretty good with union.
They're drinking so much vodka they don't have podcasts.
In fact, one time I was really drunk and I went to work on vodka and went home and fucked vodka. I totally forgot bear. It was funny.
And the bears over there, they ride around on balls with little umbrellas. Yeah.
And ballet, there's ballet bears.
I have bear kid. He ride around on ball. It's okay. This ball for you, ball for him. It's okay. Go to ball factory. We drink vodka.
In fact, we found out Ball Factory went out of business. There was no balls to the walls.
We
is
just
what they say.
have factory where we make ice.
Yes.
It's very pointless.
It is pointless because it snows like 20 years a day.
But we have potato and they make up for everything.
Yes.
All right, so that's two boners.
Two boners.
Two
Now,
boners.
speaking of Nazi stuff, speaking of World War II, have you seen the show? I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys before. The Man in the High Castle.
Yes. Now, how many episodes deep are you?
0. Well,
Oh.
I've just seen the pilot.
Okay, is that all that's been released?
Yeah, it comes out in November.
Oh, okay.
So there's a pilot out. So if you're listening to this and you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime. It's going to be an Amazon Prime original series, and people's phones are going off.
Sorry, Russia is calling me.
It's Mother Russia. When Mother Russia calls you, answer phone.
You have to. They kill you.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's an alternate history of what would have happened if the Nazis discovered nuclear technology and developed a nuclear bomb before the Allies and the Americans did. So they bomb the fuck out of us, they invade us, and everything like that. And then the Nazis take over the eastern portion from Europe, right? And then the Japanese take over the western coast. And then there's like this middle free-for-all, like around the Rocky Mountains. But besides that, it's pretty much all occupied. And it's a great pilot. And I cannot fucking wait for the new series that's coming out.
We take your land. Yeah, we just let them do what they want. This is why they wouldn't let me write the pilot.
Right? Right? All right. So that's my little plug there for that show that I liked. I've seen the pilot a few times. It's fucking great, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what episode. I think it was like episode 28 or 27 when you brought it up.
I have a horrible memory.
I
don't remember talking
We're
about
in pop culture, so it's all I know.
Cop culture.
Cock.
So you know Pop Culture Comics down there in Tempe?
Yes.
Fucking closed down. And became,
Closed down?
Yeah. And became Critical Hit Comics. And they actually have cleaned the place up. Remember how it used to have that really mildewy smell?
Yeah.
And you'd walk in and
Yeah.
you just want to fucking kill yourself, but they had a good selection of comics.
Yeah, they do.
That's the greatest description of every store. Come on down to our store. You might want to kill yourself, but we got a great selection.
Yeah.
Come into our store. The second thing you'll think of is blowing your brains out.
We have gas
The
masks at
first thing is
door.
buying a comic.
Oh, I really need Superman comics, but I'm feeling a little weak in the soul today. Can't go get my comic.
So they really cleaned it up.
Yeah, the tables aren't as greasy anymore because I play Magic the Gathering there, so I play on the tables. I'm touching the tables a lot. They used to be really just like a film on these fucking things. So they either like cleaned up the carpet and they wiped down the tables a little bit. They're still greasy in some spots, but it's hard to keep up with Magic the Gathering nerd grease. It gets everywhere, man.
It does.
All over your face, neck, and chest.
Yeah, buddy. And other places that no one should ever have to go.
Ooh.
Anyway, so yeah, they closed down and then got bought out or whatever. Ownership changed or something. Now they're Critical Hit, which is dumb.
Same people work there?
Nope.
All right.
Probably did a mass exodus. They're
It's a decent store, though.
It's decent. Yeah, they cleaned it up a lot. They got a lot more figures in there now too.
Cool.
They have some pop vinyls.
Ooh.
All right.
They have just more swag, more nerd swag.
Good.
Their collection of Magic the Gathering cards continues to be just fucking horrible. So you don't buy cards there. And my credit that I had there is gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, I won the tournament and whatever, and fucking... I didn't win, I'm sorry. I got like third, so I got $8 in credit.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 9 entries, so it's not that much. Anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, give me my fucking $8 on credit. I don't want any packs or any cards today because you don't really have anything I want.
Yeah.
So give me my credit. And what's my balance? $8. You need to look up my number, though, right? And then I was like, here's my phone number. Look up Zach Zent. You have $8. I was like, fuck, man. Like, that sucks, dude. I think I had like $40 or $50.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Because I never buy anything there because it's all fucking shit.
Yeah. And now they finally have stuff.
Actually, they have some cool stuff now.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I mean, nothing for Magic. But I'm not big into comics, so I don't really buy any comics.
Mm-hmm.
I like figures and stuff, though. They had some cool figures.
I like comics.
I know you do.
Yeah.
What's like a good series that you've been reading lately?
I like comics. What's your favorite?
Yeah, the ones with words and stuff.
Yeah, you know.
I let him go for a while, but I was pretty into the Batman Superman series. It was a really good the new series.
Yeah, the new 52s?
Yeah.
I like what they did with those. A lot of people were bitching and complaining about them, but I jumped on to that as well, because, again, I was all like, because I'm, like, out of the loop with Marvel Comics, but, like, DC at least, I was like, oh, I could just pick these up. And, yeah, I really like what they were doing with those, especially, like, Batman the Court of Owls was, like, one of their first things they did with, like, a brand new, like, villain, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was pretty badass.
The art was really dark, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm more about the collecting the comics than reading them.
Interesting.
Yes.
I have some Zelda manga.
Ooh.
Ocarina of Time. Zelda manga. It's fucking horrible. That's not good.
I didn't.
You read it and you're like, why am I doing this to myself?
How's the artwork?
Mediocre.
Ugh.
Why isn't there a movie?
Well, actually, everything's in talks right now with not a Zelda movie per se, but
No, the series was called off. The Netflix thing?
well, there was that, but Nintendo has been talking about getting into the movie market again with some of their properties, because Fox...
Please don't, Nintendo. Please stop that.
Well, I don't know, because Fox just bought the rights and is now making a live-action Mega Man film.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
So...
I don't know how you
Live-action
could make a
Mario
movie
was
out of that.
shitty.
Of course, live-action Mario was shitty.
The live-action
yeah.
stuff that they do is not good. When they translate video games to fucking screens or manga or anime to screens, it just doesn't work. Death Note movie was shitty. The only good thing was the Rurouni Kenshin movies, and that's just because there wasn't anything crazy that happened in the series. It's just people fighting with swords that took place during the Meiji era in Japan. Like, it was a historically, like, semi-accurate fucking thing. So there's no real CG stuff. But the Death Note movie was horrible. The Attack on Titan movie is fucking horrible. The Dragon Ball movies are horrible. Like, anything that like, the Mario movies are horrible. The only good one, maybe, the Street Fighter movies are fucking horrible. But the first Mortal Kombat was decent.
Yeah, it was decent, because they actually stuck to the premise of the game.
Yeah.
Where it was like, there's this tournament on an island, you're all going to fight, kind of thing. I mean, sure, they added a couple of things, you're like, no fucking way. But then again...
Annihilation was like one of the worst things that's ever graced my eyeballs.
I got a couple video game movies.
Yeah, Hitman, that's horrible.
Resident Evil. Have you seen the new Hitman?
No.
Hitman Agent 47, I think
Yeah,
it was?
Agent 47.
It got
really...
like a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that means...
Okay, so Resident Evil
Yes.
doesn't really follow the games. What it does is it just basically takes the name and creates a new story, right?
That's what they did. The only thing that they ever took, like the two things I think they took from the actual game, was in the first one, everything does take place under the mansion. In the first movie, like, there's the mansion she's in,
and then
there's
the
that
Umbrella Corporation,
and there's that. That's about it. But other than that,
yeah. Besides that, those are where the similarities end.
like, that's about it. And then the Nemesis character, basically, that was in the third movie, that huge weird creature that's in. Like, that's about, like, other than that,
was he in a Resident Evil game?
I think he was in the third one. I think it was actually called Nemesis, like Resident Evil 3 Nemesis or something like that.
I don't know.
It was
we'll
weird.
have our fact checker get on that one.
But yeah, other than that, everything is pretty much here's the characters, brand new storyline.
Yeah. See, the Resident Evil movies are decent. I'd put them up there on like
I
the
can't
same
complain.
level with
They
first Mortal Kombat.
They got their entertainment value.
I didn't walk out of there being like, you know what, I want to watch that movie again.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, I don't feel like I wasted my money.
Yeah.
It was mediocre.
It's a one and done. It's a one and done.
One and done. That's how my life is.
All right, I got one.
All right.
Tron. Come on.
Was that a video game adaptation?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
I did not know that. I know it was a Disney flick, and it took them 20 years to make another one.
I liked it quite a bit, the Disney version.
I haven't seen either one of them. But they were both Disney, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I never saw the Trons
I'll
because
let
I
you
was
borrow
like,
it.
you're in a fucking computer and on a motorcycle.
It's a good movie, though.
Hey, if it wasn't for Tron, though, Pixar would have never got created. Because the guy who pretty much
Made
is now
Tron.
the president of... No, the guy who is president of Pixar basically saw Tron and was like, we need to start doing this kind of stuff like computer animated. So,
saw the first Tron.
Yeah, it was the first Tron.
Cool. Yeah, that would make sense. Not the second one, since Pixar was around
Yeah.
before the second Tron. All right. On that note, you know what? It feels like a break. I think it might. I think the weather's going foul or something here.
Yeah.
Let's take a break before it gets too gnarly.
make sure you pick that wonderful tune we all love.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. A baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain. The school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain. The prisons make you wonder where it went. Chocolate rain. Build a tent and say the world is dry. Chocolate rain. Zoom the camera out and see the light. Chocolate rain. Forecast to be falling yesterday. Chocolate rain. Only in the past is what they say. Chocolate rain. Raise your neighborhood insurance rates. Chocolate rain.
Oh, buddy.
That's deep.
Yeah, that's there's some meaning in that one.
There it is.
Now I'm hungry.
For the chocolate?
Something
Or the-
chocolate.
Or the rain.
Hey, you know what they have? Some chocolate blizzards at the Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Brought it back around.
Full circle.
Sulfurcle. All right, so that is some music, fellas.
It was.
That is that guy also does a Dovahkiin video on YouTube where he sings a song from Skyrim with the traditional dragon lyrics.
Any musician today is really doing the Skyrim cover, I've found.
Any YouTube maybe musician. I don't know. Bono still hasn't done the Skyrim cover. I've been wanting Bono to do a Skyrim cover for years.
Can we petition that?
Right? Let's start a Kickstarter to get enough money to capture one of Bono's children and ransom him to do so he does a fucking Skyrim cover.
Let's do a Kickstarter so Snoop Dogg will just play it in your backyard during one of our podcasts. Come on, let's start that, fans.
All right. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about doing a Patreon. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's a site where you can sign up your podcast on, and people can go on there and donate stuff. And if they donate on different levels, kind of like a Kickstarter, they get kickbacks, and then it helps fund the podcast. So if you're listening to this and you think that's a good idea, send us a message on Facebook or the Twitters.
Might be a good thing to run by the network too.
Run it by the network, yeah.
Get a whole big thing.
Patreon.
Then we get a whole big contributor thing going.
Yeah, but I think it would probably be better as an individual podcast, just because.
Oh, it was just.
I don't know. That's just my kind of. I know a lot of the same people do a bunch of different shows, and it'd be cool to support the network. But I don't know. People want to support specific interests.
No, that's true too.
I think there's very few fans that actually listen to all the podcasts and love Fern.
I don't think anybody likes Fern.
There's probably. Well, I'm saying there's probably more people that like specific podcasts.
We're not going to name names.
You might have a
Like the Power Ranger.
Yeah, the Power Ranger.
goddamn Power fucking Rangers, man.
Which we just did a crossover episode with them on Longbox Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll take some other listeners.
That's what we're trying to hope for.
Yeah. Jesus, man. I mean, they have thousands of listeners
They
to
do.
spare. fucking cast.
That's what I'm just wondering. That's what I'm just wondering if we should just be like every time we start the show, it should just be like, it's morphin' time. Steve, Zach, Dick.
I would rather blow Hitler.
Well, if we can arrange
Dead or
that.
alive?
Both
Ooh.
simultaneously.
Sickening.
Yes.
Think about it. He dies halfway through the blowjob.
He's
Yes,
like,
yeah.
ach du lieber.
Is that actual German?
Yeah, ach du lieber.
Yeah, what is
Means,
that?
oh my God.
Wow.
Un Affe schleppt in die Straße.
You were a multifaceted man.
I have to be.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that keeps me alive.
3-dimensional, sir. 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
So, Zach, what have you been doing this week?
Oh, no, Zach, what have you been doing this week?
Hey, well, let me tell you. I've been doing the anime watchings with my eyeballs.
Nice.
And I've been listening to them simultaneously.
Okay.
So I've been still watching Gangsta. I've been watching a little bit of... of Richard Smell His Pits on the podcast for some reason.
I had to do that. I didn't know if they were going to smell that.
Man, I can't smell you, so it's probably just your upper lip. It smells like poops.
Oh, I'm reeking.
Oh, man.
Cool. So I've been
So I
watching.
keep you in the sound booth.
Been watching a couple episodes of Overlord, which is like, it's weird. It's an anime
Okay.
where this guy's playing an MMO, and so it's one of those virtual MMOs where you put on like a headset and like it takes you actually into the world, into a virtual world.
Okay.
So he puts on his headset, goes into the virtual world, and you don't see any of that happen. And all of it takes place inside the virtual world. And he's like, all right, so I'm going to wait until the server shut off. It's the last day before the server shut off. I'm going to wait until they actually go off. I've been playing this game forever. Give it a nice farewell. None of his other guildmates are there with him. So he's just in like this guild hall by himself. And it ticks over, and the servers don't go off. And then he can't log out.
Ooh.
And that's how the anime starts off. So it's pretty interesting. It's called Overlord. It is... I mean, it's a really, really niche like category. Like, I love anime, and this is still like in a category that I'm not super into. I'm not into like the Sword Art Onlines and the Log Horizons and all these anime series that have been coming out that have been geared towards virtual MMO anime things where people from the real world go into this fucking virtual world and then they make an anime about it. I'm not like super big into those, but this is interesting. I've watched a couple episodes and I don't know if I'm ready to give it any boners yet. Not deep enough for the boners to come out yet.
Gotcha.
But I've been watching Gangsta still. That one's fucking gold from episode 1. I've been watching, what the fuck is it called? Which is already, it's not airing anymore, but I'm still in the process of watching Rage of Bahamut Genesis. That is a fucking anime and a half. It has some of the most beautiful art that I've seen out of any anime. And then also, the last one I'll mention is God Eater, which is fucking sick.
God Eater.
God Eater. It's like an Attack on Titan-ish kind of setting.
Okay.
So, like, humanity is being overrun by these things called origami, which are like these just super powerful fucking monsters, essentially, that are taking over and killing humanity. And so there's only like a few bastions of humanity left throughout the world. And they... certain people out of the population have this special gene where they can actually interact with this matter, and they make like weapons out of the matter, and so like the matter will change based off of the person, and they'll be able to fight the origami with these specialized weapons, and those people are called the God Eaters. So it's about them fighting back against these origami, and it's super fucking bloody and fucked up. Like it's almost up there with Attack on Titan in terms. It's not like a horror anime like Attack on Titan is or Claymore, but it is pretty fucking gory. It's more action
Okay.
than
This is
anything else.
new?
Yeah, it's still airing right now. It's called God Eater. I highly recommend that one. It's another great anime. That and Gangsta are the two that I will not miss an episode of those. And then I've been playing the Final Fantasies.
How's that going?
That's I got to level 60 finally.
Do you have a house yet, though?
No, that's fucking like so much gil, man. So much gil.
How much do you have?
Well, I spent a bunch, and I've stopped playing the market board, so I haven't been selling a lot of stuff. I've been concentrating on leveling, but I have like 1.4, 1.5 million gills, so around the same amount I did like 2 weeks ago. I haven't done a bunch of that. Okay. I've been playing mainly like leveling up. I literally got to 60 before you guys came over.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I walked. Yeah, I scared the crap out of you when I walked in.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Usually my dog is a good like doorbell. Like
I was being a ninja.
Yeah, just you're a ninja, man. You know kung fu?
The kung fu.
Tight. So yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. Still a great game. Still a lot to do in the game. It's fucking well worth my money.
Now, you said you're done with Summoner, though.
I did, yeah.
So, may I ask, like, what is going to be the next one you want to try to get up to, but what turned you off with Summoner?
Well, I never really liked Summoner.
Okay.
So, in the beginning, I chose the Arcanist class. So, in Final Fantasy XIV, you choose a class. Then, at later levels, you can choose a job, which is basically an advanced version of your class.
Okay.
Arcanist was the only class that split off into two jobs that leveled up simultaneously and evenly.
Okay.
Which was Scholar and Summoner. Scholar is a healing class that does a little bit of DPS, and Summoner was a pure DPS class.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about Summoner, so I was like, a healer class and a Summoner. Cool, I can summon fucking shit from Final Fantasy, right? Mm-hmm. Not really all that cool. You summon these little fucking miniature, tiny versions of the different summons from Final Fantasy, like Ifrit and Garuda, and there's no Leviathan. There's only three. There's Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan. And the only one you use in groups is Garuda. It's the best one for damage, and then Titan is like the tanking pet when you want to solo. And besides that, they don't really do anything. They just attack stuff while you're attacking it, and then you use a bunch of dots. So you're like a black mage, except you just cast bio and miasma and stuff like that, which are dots on the target. And it's really fucking boring. I don't like it. So I'm going to switch over to, like, I don't know, Monk or maybe like Dark Knight.
Okay.
Something cool.
Batman.
Ninja.
So every time you attack somebody, be like, you rattled the cages. Cages were rattled.
Exactly. So I'll be the Dark Knight. I'll be the class that... I'll be the job that Eorzea needs. What's the line? Like,
you'll be the class that... well, I forget what your place is called.
Eorzea is the world.
Needs, but not the one... Wait.
Not the one that they need,
no,
but the
it's
one
the
they
one,
deserve.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be the class that Eorzea doesn't need, but deserves. Like the Dark Knight.
So every time there's loot, you'll be like, where is it?
Exactly. I rolled a 7.
Oh, so I see you're here now, Dark Knight.
That's a good Bane.
I try.
That's a good Bane. You need to, like, cover up your mouth.
Oh, yes, Dark Knight.
Looks like I'm wearing the panties now, Batman.
I was wondering what would break first, your summoner or your spirit.
Summoner breaks first. I just dropped a 2-liter of soda.
And it didn't crack
Double
open.
liter.
All right, so that's what I've been doing this week. And on that note, we are going to talk about some news.
News.
Good news, everyone.
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that.
All right, and that is a brand new clip here for the Geek Lazer podcast. I hope you like it. Welcome to the news section, the news section, where we talk about the news that's new.
Huh.
Yeah.
Clever.
So, there's some cool things that have happened in the last 7 days. Not a whole lot, but a couple cool things. I mean, Apple's doing some cool stuff. We'll get to here in a minute. But for any MMO fanatics out there like myself, there's a couple MMO things going on right now. Blade and Soul, which is a Korean MMO from NCSoft, the big MMO producer over there in the East, has announced that they're doing several closed betas for the upcoming martial arts MMO Blade and Soul. At the beginning to begin at the end of October. So the beta will start October 30th and will be the first of 5 beta weekends, and then it will be released in the West in early winter of 2016. So they're doing a closed beta now over a year in advance.
Wow.
Usually betas mean, the game's going to come out in a couple months.
Yeah.
But this is an actual true blue beta, not like one of the demo betas like they've been doing. Like, here's a beta when it's really like a 99% finished game.
Yeah.
And they're just like testing their server loads. This is actually like still in development, still in translation. It's going to be releasing over here. But the funny thing is, though, it's been available in Korea since 2012.
Wow.
And I've been wanting to play this MMO for a long time. Tried to download it in Korean. Then I had to go like get a VPN, and then they wanted me to pay money for a fucking Korean VPN, so I didn't do that. So I couldn't ever play it. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm gonna, even if I don't get to get in the beta, I'm at least gonna watch some live streams of it.
That should be
watch
pretty
some
cool.
people play it. And the next thing here, MMO news. We have the game WildStar from the studio Carbine Studios announced today that its sci-fi massively multiplayer online game WildStar will go free to play on September 29th, with the second phase of the game's closed beta kicking off today. So they're doing a closed beta for the fucking free-to-play stuff. I don't know why they need to do that. They need to just like flip a switch, basically. But I think they're trying out like the in-game shop and stuff like that, which this is bad news for an MMO. It continues here. WildStar's transition to free-to-play model will also include what Carbine calls the title's biggest game update yet, which the developer refers to as WildStar Reloaded. The update promises all new content, updating game systems, and a host of other improvements aimed at streamlining the gameplay experience. The free-to-play closed beta is designed to test out WildStar's new economic model. Players who are currently active subscribers will get access to the closed beta. Interested players can also sign up for a beta key at WildStar website. Blah, 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 blah. So usually what this means when a game goes from a subscription base over to a free-to-play model is they're not getting enough subscriptions. And then usually it's a better business choice for them to go free-to-play because they have these things called whales, which are people who just spend thousands of dollars on the game in a month time period instead of just spending 15, right? So people want that power trip. Like they'll spend money to get the best items, to get the best experience, to level up to the max, because that's usually how free-to-play games work. And it's just a big money sink and then not necessarily a time sink. It's basically a lot of times pay to win.
Is it the same way on phone games too?
Yeah, there's whales on phone games too, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, that's usually how most of those ones work, like the Simpsons Tap Out and stuff like that, where it's just like they assume most of the people who are probably jumping onto those games are just going to be spending a shit ton of money to buy stuff and not just go through and play it. But then you realize you have people like me who just game and just level up like normally, so that I don't spend a fucking dime, so I'm like their worst enemy.
A lot of times there's sinister like walls, though, that like you need. I know, like, what was the fucking popular Candy Crush, right? Like, there was a certain level in that game where you had to spend money to proceed. Same thing with like Puzzles and Dragons, some of those other like free to play games. They eventually have like a theoretical and actual wall where like the game gets so challenging you need to spend money to get past it.
Right.
But yeah, it's usually really bad news. I mean, it's really unfortunate though, because WildStar had a lot of promises when it came out. Like, I was in the beta for that. I played about 3 months of WildStar. The leveling was really grindy and really slow. I never got to max level, even though I played it for 3 months. Never got to the rating, but it looked very promising. The PvP was really cool. They had these things called vectors, which, like, whenever you made any type of spell or move or ability, it would create a zone on the ground, and it would be a visual like representation of where your skill was going to land. So if you're playing player versus player, or if you're playing a boss, you had to actually line up these zones. If you're a ranged class or a melee class, like you would have a zone where your ability would go.
Okay.
You'd have to line it up with the mob so you'd hit it.
That's really
It was
cool.
pretty cool and innovative, and it just went nowhere because the game fucking failed in a lot of other areas. But it was really fucking slow. Content really wasn't all there. The leveling up was, and the character customization wasn't the best. It was decent though, but. So that's MMO news. That's your MMO little bit for this week. And let's see. Let's move on. Let's keep the video game theme going here. So PlayStation has their 20th anniversary here.
Yeah.
In fact, it was yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It hit.
If you're listening to this, it was earlier this week. So PlayStation is doing a big blowout. Over 120 games for each of the PlayStation consoles are available at a major discount. Some of the biggest titles featured in the birthday bonanza include Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, what we were just talking about,
Wow, yeah.
Digital Pro Edition for the PlayStation 4, which is $68, down from $99 this week for their Digital Pro Edition. So all of you Call of Duty dudes out there wanting to get more duty in your call can go ahead and get that Pro Edition.
That should just be their slogan now.
Dark Souls 2 Scholars of the First Sin, which is half off for both PS4 and PlayStation 3. So that's where they took the Dark Souls game and made it even fucking harder. That came out earlier, like a couple months ago, not that long ago.
Yeah, like beginning of this year?
PlayStation Vita's Persona 4 Golden down to $20 from $29. Dragon's Dogma, which... Dark Arisen, which is a whopping 70% off for PS3. Although, as reported earlier today, you might want to wait for its upcoming PC version from Polygon. They're giving you some insider information. PlayStation Plus members will receive an additional 10% off all titles as part of the games that are being participated in the sale. So Sony's been celebrating the PlayStation's anniversary throughout this year. The PlayStation Store ran a similar special back in January. So that's a little fucking cool thing for people out there.
Yeah, and they posted a video online from their the actual website, but they actually did an unboxing of the original console, the PlayStation, when it came out. So I thought that was kind of cool.
On Sony's website?
On Sony's website. I know I did post a link on Arcade Bros. If people want to check that out, it's an easier access. If
Our competitor?
Not really. Because we haven't had a show, so we really can't compete with somebody if we're not having a show.
That's true.
But and then I think they said they're releasing like I think the 20th anniversary controller of the PlayStation 4, and I think like a headphone thing, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw on their website they were promoting that. So PlayStation will, that's pretty good. It's just amazing to me that it's already been 20 years. So I was like 11 when that thing came out.
20 years, I would have been 6. I got a PlayStation when I think I was like 7 or 8. Because Final Fantasy VII released on PlayStation, but it wasn't a launch title, was it?
No, it came out in 97 for PlayStation, but I think PlayStation came out in 95.
Obviously, yeah. 20 years ago.
I'm just like...
So I got it a couple years after it came out, so I was probably about 8.
Yeah.
7 or 8. All right, next, keeping the video game theme going, we have Xbox Live is shutting down its indie games program for the Xbox 360. Microsoft told indie developers in an email today. Effective today, developers cannot purchase or renew annual memberships in the program, though active developers may continue building their games until a year from now, September 9th, 2016. On that date, all publishing to the indie games marketplace on Xbox on Xbox 360 Live will cease. For consumers, games on the indie marketplace will be available for purchase until it closes, quote, around September 2017. Then around November 2017, Microsoft will issue final payment to all indie games participating for their wares, where they will meet $150 minimum threshold or not. I guess there's like a threshold that they have to meet to get paid out. Xbox Live Indie Games was an initiative that began with outreach to developers in 2006, a year after the Xbox 360's launch. It debuted to the public in the late 2008s as Xbox Live Community Games, and more than 3,300 games have been published to the service since then. And they kind of really actually started the indie game scene on modern consoles.
Yeah, they really did, and I think they did a pretty good job with it too. It was especially when they did like their summer deals and stuff like that throughout every summer.
What was the best indie game that you played on Xbox?
Let's see,
on 360.
Let's see, on 360. I know Fez was really fun.
Oh, that was a great one.
I really like Fez. I know Super Meat Boy? I think was one.
Super Meat Boy was good.
That was a pretty good one too.
They had a stand-up comedy one.
That's cool.
It was ridiculous, though.
I think my favorite, hands down, original Geometry Wars.
Oh yes, that was fun.
Holy shit! I lost days of my life on that game.
Oh god, yeah.
I never played that.
Well, you should go back. They have a collection, I think, on Xbox One Marketplace. It's fucking amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very addicting.
The new ones aren't as good. Try to find the OG Geometry Wars. I think they have it.
But yeah, no, and hopefully they move that community or get another thing going for Xbox One on that kind of thing, because I think that was a great.
Well, they're
a great idea.
They're continuing that on Xbox One, but I mean, PlayStation is getting the majority of the indie games nowadays.
Yeah.
I guess Microsoft's just.
Oh, and Limbo. Limbo was a good one too.
Limbo, yeah, I played that on iPad.
That was a fun
Limbo
game.
was a really good game.
I never got past the spider.
Well, I beat that I basically beat it on Xbox 360 when I got it. And then they just released it for free on PlayStation 4 with Plus members. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'd play this again.
Cool. Moving right along here. I mean, you got anything to add to that?
Oh, no.
Any nostalgic memories you want to share on top of the Limbo stuff? And
yeah, I'm trying to remember now all the indie games, but...
I know when I was 2006, I was like, I don't know, I was like 17, and I used to play the indie games at Game Crazy. I didn't work there yet. I worked there later, but I would go to Game Crazy. There was there was this cool guy, and he would sign into his Xbox Live account on the Xbox that was at the store.
Oh, okay.
And I could play all of his indie games, and so I played a lot of them.
Oh, very cool.
And then I never had to buy them.
That's cool.
I was also jobless. But all right, so moving right along here, we got some Apple news.
Woo!
For all you Apple fans out there. I'll just fucking read the article here. This is Apple announced a new entry to its popular iPad line today with the iPad Pro. It's the biggest iPad the company has ever developed, boasting a 12.9-inch display. It's also the fastest, Apple said, featuring a, quote, console class, end quote, GPU that's up to 2 times faster than the previous models. Which I'm fucking down for that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Apple's Phil Schiller said the iPad Pro's processors will feature 360 times more graphics power than the previous iPads. The iPad Pro will output 5.6 million pixels, more than a 15-inch MacBook Pro with the Retina display, Schiller boasted. It will feature a full-size keyboard and will allow for application multitasking. Schiller said the iPad Pro's larger display will make games and movies more immersive, and in part thanks to a 4-speaker system that provides audio for the touchscreen device. The new iPad will weigh about 1.5 pounds, slightly more than the original iPad. So this thing's fucking heavy.
Okay.
And with this, the new iPad will, again, it'll weigh 1.5. It measures to be 6.9 millimeters thick. Apple said the iPad Pro will boast up to 10 hours of battery life, while the iPad Pro will include the typical software-based keyboard. Apple will also sell a physical smart keyboard.
Oh.
So,
might be my new digital art pad.
Yeah, well, that and I mean, piggybacking off this Apple shit, there's also the Apple Pencil.
Pencil.
The Apple Pencil.
Yeah,
I want one. I don't even know what it is.
We got an Apple Pad, we got an Apple phone, got an Apple Watch, and now an Apple Pencil.
Yeah, but I'd probably buy the Apple Pencil before I buy the watch at this point.
Well, I mean, money-wise, it's easier. It's like a fifth of the cost. I think the pencils are going for $99 starting.
$99.
Yeah, watches are. I don't want to watch. Why the fuck? I don't get it.
I don't know. It's like they had a good idea, but then it's like you saw the price on it, but then it's like, well, anytime I get a phone call and it shows up on my watch, I still have to grab my phone, don't I? It's like, does it do the Dick Tracy thing where I can just look at my watch and just be like, hey, John, how's it going?
No, but I guess you can answer like simple texts and stuff like that, and like there's a couple applications where it makes a little bit of sense. But besides that, it's just it looks gimmicky.
Yeah, it's very.
There's not
gimmicky.
enough features out there that make it worth it.
You'd probably have to wait for Apple Watch like 3.5 or something like that.
Well, they're boasting like, well, you don't have to pull out your phone anymore and look at all your texts. You can just look down at your wrist. That seems fucking stupid.
That seems less safe than when we were, because now it's like I'm taking my hand off the wheel and going.
One thing I like though is the navigation.
There's navigation on the watches?
Navigation on the watch, so it'll tell you like turn left, turn right. So while you're steering, you can just look down at your watch.
Well, see, I have like Bluetooth in my car, so like I just have it tell me.
Yeah.
But also, like you can just mount your fucking phone. I mean, a lot of this, you have the suction cup things that have like the phone holders that are up in, like within your vision. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it has some features that might work for some people. I just can't think of anything that I would actually use.
Basically, I think the Apple Watch is more for if you have fuck you money and you can just do whatever the fuck you want with your money, then that's something you would just buy just to be like, oh, I bought like 8 Apple Watches. I don't know why. I just have a shit ton of money.
I just wear them on my both arms, and I actually wear them around my ankles too.
But you still have the entry level one. I think it's like $300.
I think it's like $400 for that one.
Is it $400?
Yeah, it's still like.
I think it's like $350 or $400.
I don't know. The price basically on that thing needs to come down.
I can get 2 nice like Skagen watches or Skagen.
Yeah,
I love the Skagen watches, man. They're just super thin. I love the super thin watches. I don't like the big bulky ass fucking basic bro watches. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the Nixons that have the giant 19-inch fucking face.
Apple Pay on your watch, on your wrist. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I don't use Apple Pay, but I could.
Do.
I could, yeah.
I love it.
You just like hold up your phone to shit, right?
Yeah.
Science, man.
Science.
Keeping with our science theme. Oh, how'd you like that?
Ooh, look at that.
That was a segue and a half. We have. Oh fuck! I lost the thing. Oh, okay. All right. So we have the iPad Pro. We went over that already. Oh, the 6 and the 6 Plus, or the 6S and the 6 Plus S, or 6S Plus, or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
Those were announced today. They have a beefier processor in them. They're also, everyone's going to be getting the update, and they'll come with the standard iOS 9.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the big thing is the 6S Plus will have a 12 megapixel camera. That's 4 more megapixels than the current phone. Which is now competing with, I think, the Samsung Galaxy Note or 4?
Yeah, probably.
Like, is that the bigger, better one that just came out? Yeah, so that one has like the really nice camera. So it's going to be in competition with that. And it can also take 4 fucking K photos.
Damn.
Which 4K, if people who don't know, it's actually like 3,800 by something. Mm-hmm. It's not actually 4,000, but they just call it 4K, but whatever. So
yeah,
it's going to take 4K photos. It's going to have... better resolution on the cameras. It's going to be better light sensitivity. They're improving that. They're improving the front-facing camera up to 5 megapixels, so your selfies will come out better.
Mm.
And that's pretty much it. I don't know. You guys going to get them?
I'll probably wait until my thing comes up for renewal for my Edge program.
Your upgrade program?
Yeah. So,
Dick,
I'm going to wait for the jump. I got T-Mobile, and I gotta wait for the jump.
I might buy it.
Are you?
I don't know. I'm going to buy the fucking iPad for sure.
Are you? That's a big-ass iPad.
Hell yeah, dude. But I wouldn't take it places. I'd just use it in bed.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be my poop pad.
Browsing on the
Apple poop pad.
I'll be making chocolate rain while watching chocolate rain. Bam.
Bam. Double whammy.
Chocolate rain
section.
section.
I do know if I do the upgrade, I'll probably definitely go with the Plus.
Plus is where it's at, man.
Yeah,
well, it's funny because I thought the Plus was going to be way too big, and then I finally got to see everybody's Plus, and I've held the Plus. I'm all like, why the fuck did I not go with the Plus?
Plus, it's a 1080p screen.
Yeah.
So, like,
Is it?
Yeah, it's a 1080p screen on the Plus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, it's like 9... No, I'm sorry. It's like 7 something. Like 760 or something weird for the iPhone 6. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's why I went with it, because I want my porn in 1080p.
It is. It has been making my little adventures better.
Is that what you call them? Your little adventure?
Little adventure.
And then that's pretty much all I have for news. You guys want to throw in some news stuff?
The only thing I can think of was probably backtracking. Was just the new update for Destiny.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Played a little bit of it and was just kind of weird. So I was at level 23, then they switched the mechanics of the leveling up, and literally right before I came to this show, I played like less than an hour and already leveled up like 4 times. So I'm at like level 27 now. I already completed the expansion pack that I couldn't touch because I was at level 25 because of the whole light system bullshit.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, all right, well, you're letting me level up faster, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know what the level cap is going to be at when the new game comes out next week.
Well, they want you at maximum level so you can buy the new content, so you can give them your money, so you can play their shit. Like, that's why they make it so easy to get. That's how MMOs work. Whenever they put out a new expansion, they make the previous content much easier, or they give you experience boosts, and like everything gives you more experience, so you level faster, so you get to the end faster, so that way when they release the new expansion, you buy it.
No, and I can see totally where they're going with that and all that good stuff, which is kind of funny because now that makes me go like, all right, I have a character that's at level 4. Let's see how fast I can level this thing up. So I actually might do like a gimmick with that for next week, so we'll see how fast I can get it to level up. But yeah, the new the system for bounties is kind of cool. Instead of having to go back to the guy who you got your bounties from and turn them in, you can just turn them in once you complete them.
Oh, that's super easy.
So that's really fun and easy to do.
Because bounties, you do a lot of those once you're at like max level, right?
Yeah.
Or even as you're leveling up.
Even like pick them up and just do them. So it's great just to be like in game and just be like, oh, this is one's done. Turn it in.
When you do the story quest and you're like, oh, you need to be level 9 to do this or whatever, or 19 or 29 or whatever the case is, and you're only like 26, then you do bounties to kind of fill the gaps, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then they released like new colored skins for the Ghost, which I was like, why?
Have you heard the new Ghost voice?
Yeah. Guess what? It didn't matter, I don't think, who they gave the job to. I don't think Activision knows how to direct anybody for voice acting.
Okay.
Because they hired Nolan North, who is well known for voice acting.
Yeah, he's great voice acting.
He's a great voice acting. So I'm thinking like, oh, we're going to get kind of like a cool sarcastic thing. But I think they literally told him like, just read it how Dinklage did.
Really? Because there was an interview with Nolan North, and he was like, okay, are you going to try to imitate Dinklage? Or are you going to try to keep with the theme? And he's like, I don't want to even hear any of the voice acting that he's done because I'm going to bring my own game to it, and I'm going to put my own spin on it. I don't want to hear any Peter Dinklage. And that's funny that now that you mention that he sounds exactly the same.
Well, it does. It basically is a different voice, but everything's in the same tone. So how Peter Dinklage would be like, oh my God, we're under attack. Like, he reads everything exactly like that.
Well, he's still a robot.
And I know that, but I was expecting like a little bit of a, like a kind of a Nathan Drake spin to it. Give me a little bit
more
of a
inflection.
Yeah, like
more
a little
attitude.
bit. Yeah, just a little like maybe some sarcasm. I was expecting something more than just this. Basically, all you did was it sounded like to me like Peter Dinklage started doing the game. And then he's all like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And they're like, shit, we got to find somebody. They just
that's exactly what happened.
So
Peter Dinklage is like, I'm doing way too much other shit. Like, I don't have time for voice acting, and you fuckers aren't paying me enough, so fuck you.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do we do?
So it's kind of a shame. I mean, hopefully, like, maybe with the new expansion pack, he has more to go with, but since I'm playing stuff that I've already played before and I already heard the Peter Dinklage version, to me it sounds, basically it's Nolan North with a little bit of a robotic tin to it, but it literally reads exactly like how Peter Dinklage was reading it.
That's kind of fucking sad.
Yeah, it was kind of, like, depressing.
That seems like a waste of Nolan North.
That's what I was like. I was kind of disappointed with that, because when they said, I was like, all right, cool. I could like to see like, some, his attitude with it and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it was kind of like, all right, but
he's got some good range.
No, he does got. Well, like, I mean, it's like
he's Nolan North, and he always usually plays like pretty much kind of badass protagonists. Mm-hmm. He doesn't really do good villains.
Well, he does actually. He does Penguin. One? From Arkham Asylum games.
Oh, I haven't played that.
He does a really good Penguin. Doesn't sound anything like him. Has a Cockney accent and everything. It's
no
great.
Shit. I kind of want to hear that now.
And then he's done the voice of Deadpool, which that's getting a re-release in November for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. The video game.
Okay. Well, that's a badass protagonist.
Yeah.
I mean, But I mean, that's generally what Deadpool.
Deadpool is a pro or
He's more of an anti-hero, I think, which is pretty much kind of like the same thing.
yeah, he doesn't really fit
Antagonist.
I don't know. He's not a good guy or a bad guy.
He's just Deadpool. But I
He's
mean,
Deadpool.
he's a central focus, and he's still progressing the story and stuff like that. So,
Right.
and he's a badass too. So I mean, that's generally speaking. Like, I guess Nathan Drake really isn't. He's got some gray area to him as well.
Yeah.
Just like Deadpool does. You know, he does some shady things. He does some good things, but in general, he is trying to like better stuff.
Yeah.
I think Deadpool is he's trying to do a little bit of good.
But yeah, we'll see how the new update goes. Like I said, I think now I'm going to try that experiment just to see, since I'm at level 4 now with something, and see how fast I can level up with that.
I might join you. Are you going to do it on PS4?
Well, if I do it on PS4, I can start from 1 because there's 2 characters I haven't picked yet. But I have like I said, like all my Xbox One, I have a level 4 Titan and then a Sorceress. I think my Hunter is like the best one so far on Xbox One.
I think I made a Warlock, but I haven't played it in a year since it came out last year.
Yeah, see, I played. I started with the Warlock on the PlayStation 4. So
yeah, that's what I did.
That's
too.
what I have. So if you play your Warlock, I could just always find out what level you're at and just try to get another character up to that level.
Did I do Titan? I don't know.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
Well, that's all the news I had to go over.
I was going to talk about this new Apple has a new phone coming out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What are they calling it?
The S
The S phone?
S phone.
Galaxy S phone?
Yeah, the Galaxy X phone is going to have
From the Apple Droid?
4K picture taken. It's good. It's going to be good.
Sweet, man.
I'll get more next time.
Do you think? No, but seriously, do you think you're going to get it, or just be a
I
waste?
think I'm going to get it.
Really?
Yeah, I am. It's a matter of when.
Yeah, I might get it. I don't know. Like, I'm definitely getting the iPad though. That iPad is great. I play a lot of games and watch a lot.
Well,
a gratuitous, an embarrassing, a shameful amount of porn.
I don't think there are going to be too much.
What, for the iPad?
There's never too much porn in general. It doesn't
Oh,
matter
yeah.
what avenue you're getting there.
Any amount is a shameful amount.
Oh.
yeah, well, it's always with the phone, because right now they're throwing these 2 ones at us, but next year's going to be like the new revamp iPhone 7. So it's...
Yeah, that's why you always just buy the S versions. I guess there was like this article out there, like if you want to get the most bang for your buck, always just buy the S versions of the phone. I'm sorry. No, just always buy the not the S versions, the just the numbered versions, like the 5, the 6, the 7, whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's the best value for.
Well, then I guess I'm on track finally now, because I bought the regular iPhone 4, then I went with the S5, or whatever it was called. Was it the S5 or the C5? I forget. There was 2 of them.
There's a 5C that's the colored one.
Yeah, it wasn't that one. It was the other one.
So you got the S5S.
Yeah, the 5S, and then went with the 6.
Yeah? So now you're on track.
So I'm on track now.
If you skip this iteration.
I probably might skip this iteration.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know, man. There's this whole conspiracy theory out there. Have you heard about this? Where they slow down the other versions of the Apple phones so people buy the new ones?
I actually might probably believe that, because my sister has a 4 still, and so with my mom, and there's certain apps that just stop working now or apps that won't work because you have to do the new update, but these phones can't do the new update.
Yep.
So,
well, that's something. But I mean, like the last generation of the phone, they slow it down.
I feel that way about Galaxy.
Really?
Yeah, because I had the S3, I think, and I made it past the 4, and then the 5 came out, and I could not. My phone would just not operate.
Weird.
Just for no reason, and I take good care of my phones.
Yeah, me too.
Probably with all phones, I guarantee, because they want you to buy the next latest thing. Because they probably assume you're going to buy the phone, you're going to do a 2-year contract every time you have to renew your contract or whatnot. Because it's all like, well, you could do a 2-year contract and get the phone for free.
Phone every year.
Yeah.
So on those off years, they're just straight taking your fucking $700.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Actually, the last 2 phones I've just bought outright and haven't extended my contract. So my contract. I haven't extended my contract because actually, like a few years ago, I used my upgrade for a buddy and added him to my phone plan. and use that upgrade for him. So the last 2 phones I just bought outright.
Do you think that saved you more money in the long run?
No, because I have to buy the phones outright.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I thought you had like a gimmick going. Like,
nope. Just
throwing money at him.
Just literally throwing money at people for no fucking reason.
Well, there you have it, kids. Throw money at kids.
Throw money and
run.
Throw money, make bitches.
Yeah.
Well
make
said.
bitches, fuck money.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Google
Money.
it.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's going to wrap it up here for the Geek Lazer podcast, episode 31. With us today, as usual, we had Mr. Richard the Dictate.
Fucking A.
Fucking B. It's got more holes. And we have Mr. Steve-O Mooney.
Yep.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me, guys.
This is 5?
Yeah, I think I'm on episode 5 with you guys.
God damn, time flies.
Time is flying.
It's the thing that it does.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying
It's
it.
a flyer time. Someone's got to shoot it down, man.
All right, I'll shoot it down.
We need a jihad up in here to take down the flying time. And I'm Zach Zent, and you've just listened to the Geek Lazer podcast, where if we don't talk about it, don't fucking care about it. Thank you for listening to us, and you can check us out on our Facebook page, facebook.com/geeklazer. Tweet at us at geeklazer on the tweeting app. And, yeah, again, episode 31 is complete. Thank you for listening.
Smelly cunts.
This has been another great presentation by the 4-Eyed Radio Network. You can find more information at 4eyedradio.com.